move the football.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey. Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The first down carry here for Johnson. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Second down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First and 10 for Dalton. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw here, Dalton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Brad Wing now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
From the gun, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Gun!
Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. That's Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down, Johnson. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
To throw, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns get a score closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Bengals getting set to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Dalton throwing on second down. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Malone. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Over here, yes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Dalton. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's got some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On second down, Mayfield again. Underneath for Johnson. Good move by Duke. 7 yards on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Browns on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Now look at 3-19. Look at 56. 3-19.
Mayfield off the play fake. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Ready for something coming left.
Dalton here from the gun. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Andy Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
44, 44.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Called a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Detroit!
From the red zone now, Mayfield to the right side and complete to Njoku. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now let's go. 3-19. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. now, Barney.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
On third down, Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
Get ready for 57 over there.
Second down, Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 69 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll get it up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Mayfield with it once more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And got his man complete. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Coleman has it here right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now a handoff, Johnson, and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second down, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
They pitch it out to Johnson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Gun!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Here we go with Johnson. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Hey, get ready for something coming left. Check 99.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Lead! They go 368!
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they're going to get this one up past the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. A first down throw from Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. One last shot from Mayfield here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Bengals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get the extra week to think about